bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the...
Our coverage of the NFL brings us to the southern end of the Tar Heel State and to this beautiful venue, Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Both teams still searching for that first win of the season. One of them is going to find it here as we're off in week 2. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Young on the play action. Well, they took their shot immediately. Would have been cool if they connected, but no luck. 2nd down.
I'll tell you what that deflection right there, Kate, tells me. That defense was following and reading the quarterback's eyes. Knew exactly where that throw was going. And it takes a little bit of intuition, a little bit of feel. He's able to get his hands on it and knock it out of bounds.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
To the air on 1st down, Young. Throw is there for Jatavion Sanders. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Sticking to the air, it's Young. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
And it's cut in the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Escapes out to the left. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Out wide, and it's intercepted. And the Panthers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football's the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
Let's go now.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. They get it right back. That's intercepted. And the Chargers take possession of the football. Oh, my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball. because these secondaries are locked in. You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10 now. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Offense in the hurry up here. Third down run by Dobbins. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
They snap it to Herbert. He's got it to his running back. And he's touched as they pick up that 1st down on 4th.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Working quickly here. 1st down from the red zone. From the pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the pressure drives them backwards.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
Well, this offense is trying to keep the defense off balance down here in the red zone, mixing in receiver runs with everything else they love to do. And the best part is, it's working. He gets them several yards on that play.
Third and goal. Here's Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
On 4th down, here's Herbert. And this is going to be an LA touchdown. The Chargers parlay the interception into points. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers tie this game 7-7. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Devin Tompkins to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Play action now. Young caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And they scoop it up. Time to push for the line. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Trying again following the sack. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. ready to go with the second quarter. It's Panthers football. They're looking at first down here. Shotgun snap now to Young. Finds Sanders. And they take him down right along the 30. It's a gain of 22. And it'll give the Panthers a first down. Putting a receiver in motion. Young on 1st and 10. Searches from the pocket. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. Can't hit the check down to his tight end. So it's second down coming up. Young to throw it. Pass is caught at the 9. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Working inside the red zone. Is in for the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers take a second quarter lead. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Point after from Pinheiro is up and good. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Catch made by Chark. And he's able to cross the 40 before going out. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Gets this to McConkey. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Offense up to the line fast. Throwing on first is Herbert. He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, and this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely. That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Rolling left, buying some time. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. And that played good enough for a first. We'll give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers tie things up at 14. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Young on the play action. Gets this to Sanders. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases...
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chargers, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Unconventional strategy here, to say the least. They'll try for a field goal. That play clock was getting pretty low. Jim Harbaugh calls time. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Herbert from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now Herbert to throw. To the ground it goes, that's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
On 3rd down, Herbert. That's caught for the first. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Now we'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
Herbert to throw once more. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. LA uses a timeout here. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Herbert throwing again. Buys time, rolling right. And he drives it down to the 8 before going out. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
From the red zone now. And they will score. Touchdown, LA! The Chargers take the lead just before halftime. Loud McConkey with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Panthers 14.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And they won't return this, so with the new rules and because it hit in the landing zone first, the touchback will only come out to the 20. First and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. From the pistol, it's Young. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Young working from the gun. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this.
Panthers 14.
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, so this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. To throw, Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. And the play clock expires. This is going to cost them half the distance. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down. Throwing from near his own goal line. He beams one deep right side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. He's back to throw. He's loaded another one up. They connect on the deep shot. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him the first on 4th down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Finds a seam down the middle. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. They strike for 23 yards. And the Chargers will have a first. Throwing now, Herbert. Throw caught at the 6. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal. Harris. And he's across for the touchdown. And that flag is not going to stop this celebration. They know that's an offsides call. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Running it after the penalty. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field. Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this first and goal. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Escapes the pocket. The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's second and goal. They'll run with Harris. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Putting the tight end in motion. Third and goal. Here's Herbert. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers grow the lead coming out of halftime. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
That one right down the middle. And the Chargers double their lead to 14. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And he got all of that one, that's for sure. But with our new kickoff rules in play this year, that means the football's going to be spotted at the 30. They're out and set, first and 10. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Brings up second and 16 at the 35-yard line.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. After the sack, another pass on second down. Finds Sanders. And he's going to go down right along midfield stripe.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
He puts everything behind this one. He has the Carolina touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Rager with the return here. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Harris. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. That was Jordan Fuller getting there for the tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Chased out to his right. And he's out of bounds just behind that line. Only a yard or 2 lost, but Brock, we all know, still qualifies as a sack.
He only lost a yard, but how many times do we see a team where just a yard or inches short on 4th down? Well, every little bit counts. He's got to just throw that one out of bounds. Don't run it out for the sack.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Chargers football as they try to hang on to a lead in a close game. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Herbert now. Complete beyond the marker. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. We have an injured player down there, and with his history, we really hope this is nothing serious. It is J.K. Dobbins who was hurt on that one. 2nd and 3 now. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Connects on the crosser. He goes the distance. Touchdown,